the Rabbitohs and the Melbourne Storm enjoy. And it's South Sydney who'll bring it back first, and it's Tavita Totola carrying it into the Melbourne defence. So the Rabbitohs 10 wins and 7 losses this year. Melbourne 11 and 6. Damien Cook back in the side. He and Cam Murray back from Origin duty. That's Mark Nichols, who one time was a Melbourne Storm player. They've scored so many points, South, those last 3 games. They've leaked a few as well. There's Arrow, followed up by Murray. Ooh, and he wears one. Wears one early now. Of course, State of Origin, we know he was ironed out so early. And it's Asfa Solomona who was there making the tackle.
Yeah, good straight run from Murray. Just as he dropped, the swinging arm of Solomona's just collected him high. Not a great deal of force, or did jolt his head.
Understand that part. Okay, contact's still in the head.
That'll be a penalty to South Sydney.
Yeah, the contact's in the head, though, okay? It's a penalty over here.
It doesn't matter how low the player is or how high he is. If there's contact to the head, it doesn't matter about the situation. That only comes into play if you're charged and then you want to fight the charge. But contact to the head, it's as simple as that. It's a penalty.
Well, it'll be interesting what the independent doctor thinks of that. Of course, Murray wiped out in that furious opening to Origin 3. But South now, what a terrific opportunity here to get the night started on the right foot. There's Totola again. The Bunnies almost up to the 20 with a full set to play with. Melbourne slowing the ruck down. Nichols now pounding it towards the 10. Latrell and Walker on the left. Again, it comes out now to the right with Ilias getting it on. Kalama-Tangi, my goodness, so simple. It just opened up, and Keon Kalama-Tangi scores for the Bunnies inside 2 minutes.
Well, the moment the pass went too wide, Melbourne looked horribly short. It looked automatically like a South Sydney try. They must have been jammed up very tight. Justin Olam. And once it got there to Ilias, they were in all sorts of trouble. The South Sydney attack just holding their width. And then 2 passes there on the outside. There's Kalama-Tangi running at the Melbourne Storm winger. And just throws the dummy and slides over for the easiest of tries.
Not the sort of try the Storm concede, especially this early.
Look, and the passes on the inside weren't terribly wide. The players, they were just regulation passes, and all of a sudden, Kalama-Tangi is as wide as the winger and had Justin Olam backtracking and trying to come from the inside. He was never a chance of getting there.
Well, a high tackle, and South march it upfield and score with ease. Storm yet to touch it. So Mitchell.
And that has been the side of the field where
he nurses that through.
That's like a chip shot.
Yeah, unorthodox, but very, very effective. Latrell, big smile on the face. South Sydney 6, Melbourne 0. 3 minutes gone. Jake Duke, down to you.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. As we take a look at the hit here from Nelson Asopha Solomona that landed him on report and put Cameron Murray still out there at the moment, so not taking off for a HIA as we see Keon Kalama-Tangi get South Sydney on the board. You mentioned their try-scoring prowess over the last 3 weeks, Dan. They've scored 30 points in all 3 of those victories. A huge occasion for the Melbourne Storm tonight to try and turn but their last couple of performances around. Not a good start tonight. They possibly could finish outside the top 4, as you mentioned. They haven't been outside the top 4 this late in the season since 2015.
Thank you, Jake. Yeah, it's their consistency has been remarkable over the years, but they're certainly being tested this year. So the Bunnies now, that is Jai Arrow. Jed Cartwright's playing out in the centres, first time in his career starting in the centres in an NRL game. Nichols again, he's been busy. Now Cook is going to run. And that's a good one-on-one tackle there from Grant Anderson coming in off the wing to help with those two tackles. Murray's offload. Scooped up by Mitchell. And manages to get it away as well. Arrow shaking off Asfa Solomona, but not King nor Grant. And helping is Seve. So some offloads there for South. But on the last, it's Ilias with a bomb. And finally, Melbourne going to get some possession, but Walker all over Meaney. Grant Anderson playing his 5th NRL game. Named on the bench, but not surprisingly, starting on the wing with Tyron Wishart going back to the bench role. He's filled for a lot of this year. Justin Olam, reigning Dally M Centre of the Year. Now Munster at dummy half. And he's happy to march it forward. Seve there. Got a few on the short side, and that's where Grant aims. But Kenny Bromwich closed down quickly. Tough start of the night for Craig Bellamy. Munster. Geez, that's got some height on it. And Johnston didn't want a piece of it. And the bounce was kind.
It was. Big torpedo there. Torpedo bomb from Cam Munster. Right, the bounce did favour Alex Johnson, who was able to bring it in. And South Sydney now starting their set on their own 40 and get another penalty.
So big call there from Todd Smith, slowing down the ruck, which it seems Melbourne have been trying to do from the get-go here. So Todd Smith penalising.
Yeah, just inside the 40. That's the reason that it is a penalty.
You see Bromwich, the man, giving away the penalty. Well, here we go again. South went through so comfortably the last time they started a set this close. Cook was looking to the short left, comes back to Nichols. Marches it inside the 20. And 6 more tackles. That was Bromwich again. Murray, the double pump. Ilias. Oh, Kalamatangi. Doesn't happen this time. Ilias went one way, Kalamatangi went the other.
Yeah, disappointing for South Sydney. The pass was never really on, or the timing of the run just wasn't good enough. He wasn't expecting it at all. He should have been. Ilias's pass has gone behind him. Had a full set there, South Sydney. That's a... You don't want to waste too many chances. It mightn't be the Melbourne Storm side of years gone by, but you don't want to waste chances.
So Meaney, he's used to the fullback role now. 5th time this year, but 41 games over his career. And of course, no Ryan Pappenhausen. It's such a blow. Felice Kafusi. Comes out to Jesse Bromwich. Now Munster. Linking up with Olam. Olam trying to get around Cartwright, who does enough. Good tackle around the legs.
He mightn't have played, they mightn't have started in the centres, Jed Cartwright, but he's got the speed to play there. He's very versatile.
Jeremiah's run gets him to the 40 as Munster to Hughes. Now Meaney. The cutout here for Anderson. Rolling off his wing. And we've got a problem here.
Yeah, touched one of the Melbourne Storm players. The ball went across. I think it was Seve, and I think Seve just got a little touch on it and knocked it forward into the hands of Grant Anderson.
Well, they're off a little, aren't they, the Storm? Seeding early, giving away some penalties, and
so just touched the right hand of Marion Seve there as the pass went across the face of him.
Well, they must be satisfied with it because they could have challenged that, certainly, but just their 2nd set of the game and they couldn't complete it. Out it comes to Mitchell. A little set play perhaps as Isaiah Tass gets some help from Mitchell. Seve was ready to drive Tass backwards. Tyler over halfway. So more territory for South Sydney. Ilias running straight. Oh, Justin Olam lays out Walker. A bone rattler. Fowler, and the ball came flying.
Well, that was an Olam special, wasn't it? Out of the line, and just as Cody Walker received the ball, Olam off his line and buries Cody Walker.
And now the Storm quickly into gear, but oh, Kaufusi misfires his pass behind Anderson. So yet again, the Storm cough it up quickly, but Cody Walker still paying the price for that shot.
Yeah, you would think just winded. Oh, boy, he hit him hard. The PNG missile.
The contact's been cleared, okay?
Pool. Oh, you can see the wind coming out of his mouth.
There's Kaufusi's pass just going behind Marion Seve there. A simple error from the Melbourne Storm. Cody Walker's good, or as good as you can be after copping that hit.
Oh no, Kalamatangi, what's going on? Nixon Paulo, and that's fortunate for South. What a strange 10 minutes Kalamatangi has. He scored a try, coughed it up and almost lost it again. Wonder if Cody Walker will dare go on that right side for a little while. That's a Tola, a little flat-footed, but still driving the defence back. Murray down the middle, so it doesn't seem to have been affected by that early high shot. Nichols now. That's his 5th run. The front row is really rolling their sleeves up early. And Ilias sets himself, and Paulo's coming through and going to try and put pressure on. Oh, he had a shot at it. It comes away for Cartwright, and Todd Smith at least is going to have a look.
Okay, Adam, we had no try. Just confirm a knock-on from South in the contest.
Yeah, it did seem like Jackson Paulo got to the ball first and it came off him. It certainly went forward. A great kick from Lockie Ilias right on the try line.
Yeah, it would seem like it's all Paulo. Jeremy was all at sea there.
No, it's all the south winger, isn't it?
It's a knock on by Jackson Paulo short of the line.
Went forward.
We have a decision.
Where do you want the spiel?
So
Scrum?
yet
Where do you want
again a close call.
Very nice kick, wasn't it? High enough
Nah, they didn't think so.
for Paulo to get himself to the contest.
Scrum here, boys.
Just couldn't take it.
You're on, you're on. Scrum to the field.
Jackson Paulo had a rough night against the Storm down in Melbourne back in round 2. He started in the centres, moved out to the wing, but he's really got it together the last couple of months. He's been on the wing for South since round 14. South, of course, have a few players missing as well. We go on about Melbourne, but Tane Milne, finger injury, probably available next week. Campbell Graham's the big one in terms of the centres with that cheekbone injury, as Kaufusi goes nowhere.
Well, they're desperate to just get through a set. They've only been able to complete one set so far. Nice run from Kenny Bromwich down that left side of the field.
Comes back to Josh King. Gets him over halfway. There's one tackle left, so they do manage to complete a set with Hughes going for distance and height. Easy catch for Johnston. Pushing away from Grant, getting away from Asava Solomona, but that was good work from Melbourne to close Johnston down relatively quickly. And try scoring form, Johnston is in 11 in his last 5. 3 hat-tricks and a double. He's Cartwright. He started 3 times in the NRL, once as a second row, once as a prop. As you said, Brandy, quite versatile. Kalamatangi. Ilias short side, Cartwright. So Ilias again to do the kicking, and this time it's Walker looking to put a chase on, but easy one for Meany. They can't quite hem him in the corner, but that's excellent work from Jai Arrow to meet him inside the 10.
Yeah, outstanding. And another very good kick from Lockie Ilias there, down close to the try line.
Anderson, some good meters for Anderson there as Walker takes a tumble. And now penalty, handy for Melbourne. They get to set up camp for the first time in South Sydney territory.
Yeah, only a couple of play the balls over the other side of halfway so far for Melbourne. Good chance for them to build a set inside South's territory. Put some pressure on.
This would be quite the statement if they could hit back after what has been an underwhelming 13 minutes from the Storm. Sevic. Jesse Bromwich. Nichols and Murray, and it's hard work for them to bring him down. Totola helps as well. 20 metres out. Jerome Hughes. Munster was the decoy. Meaney on the run. Cartwright again with a good tackle.
Yeah, enough speed to get Nick Meaney, who was flying around the outside then from Cartwright.
His defence has been excellent. Now comes... Oh, tackle one, and it was Asfa Solomona running over Murray. He's got a target on Cam Murray. Now Munster. Working down the skinny side, and plenty of defenders there to meet Olam. Hughes behind the play, pointing to... Oh, Asfa Solomona, ball jolted free. And now the Bunnies looking for the counter. Walker's cut out. Johnston. And Anderson comes across.
I think that was Cam Murray who put the shot on Asfa Solomona there and just jolted the ball free.
Won't he feel good about that?
Great counter by South Sydney. Get it out near halfway.
So here's the replay.
It was Damien Cook.
And speaking of Cook, he runs. He's been looking to run tonight. He often does, but a couple of opportunities early to jump out of dummy half. And now Nichols has gone closed down pretty quickly. 2 tackles left for the Bunnies. Walker. Line ball pass there. It was a good one-on-one tackle from Seve on Arrow. So from 30 out, Elias this time kicks towards the Johnston side. Tass there as well, but no problem for Meaney. There's to be a real concerted effort to just keep Melbourne pinned down this end with these high kicks.
That's a great set out of trouble for South Sydney. They were on their own try line. They shifted it after the drop ball and got Melbourne down on their own 10 to start their set.
Now, launching into them. Hughes, well inside the 40. Oh, it's a good kick. It's a great kick, and it is a brilliant kick. Jerome Hughes changes the momentum in an instant.
Yeah, fantastic kick there from Jerome Hughes. I don't think he struck it the way he wanted to. He almost topped it, but it bounced hard and just kept rolling, making it very difficult for Alex Johnston to make a play at it. Here they come, Melbourne.
Inside the 10. As for Solomona, it takes an eternity for him to play it as Grant has a go. He was man of the match against South in round 2. Hughes on to Munster. Kenny Bromwich. Chopped down by Cook. Now they've opened the right side. It comes to King. Oh, just for a moment he looked like he was going to squeeze through. Now comes out to Hughes. Got inside Walker easily, but great cover Murray. Last tackle. Grant poking in the kick, and they get back there through Tass. But the Storm ensure they force a line dropout.
Yeah, Cody Walker up out of the line quickly, almost opened it up for Jerome Hughes. Here's the 40-20, just over the 30 with Hughes. Bounced hard. Great kick, and now they get a repeat set to keep the pressure on South Sydney. Harry Grant with the swivel and the kick into the in goal almost caught South Sydney short. They go short.
Chance to Asfa Solomona. Got a hand to it, but Tom Burgess, his first touch. And it's a good one. It's a great one. So Cartwright back down the middle.
Well, he does it different to everyone else. Everyone else kicks to the side for the 10-metre line. Latrell pops it straight up in the air. It's an incredible kick and a great result for South Sydney.
So out comes Filius, back inside Kalamatangi. Just getting over halfway. Here's Totola down the middle. You have to really see Walker and Mitchell express themselves in this contest. Maybe we will now. Here it comes to Walker. Pokes in the kick. Oh, easily snaffled by Hughes.
Yeah, he was looking to try and split the winger and fullback, just didn't kick it hard enough, Cody Walker. Jerome Hughes read it, dropped out of the defensive line to clean it up.
Winded early, Cody.
Yeah, I think it's taken a while for Cody to get over that.
Justin on now that is not a correct play, the ball from Kamikamitha. But I suppose there's 100 of those a game. Now Meany into the backfield. And now he's looking for support. He can't find anyone to link up with. Well, that just opened up. Grant out of dummy half. Rolls in the kick. Here comes Munster. And scooping it up is Jackson Paolo. Munster claims he was checked. He may have a case, but Paolo always had that one covered.
Well, Souths are very fortunate. It was an offload there from Cameron Munster. Just too much speed in and around the ruck. Beat Burgess. Nick Meany can't get past Lockie Elias. Makes a good cover tackle. And then Harry Grant kicking for Cam Munster. And they were short. Parlour had to... He was the only one back there and read it beautifully.
They go short again. Yes, they do. Now it's got to get the 10.
It has.
Does!
Oh, catch it.
Well, Cartwright had a red-hot shot at that.
There was no one else that was trying to get the ball. He had a perfect chance to catch that.
So Melbourne inside the 10. Grant to Munster. Munster to Hughes. Hughes to Meany. Then the floater. Finally gets to Anderson. And he just has to go to ground. Back it comes for Hughes. Kamikamitha. Ooh, dealt with heavily there. Hughes at first receiver. Bromwich! Ball jolted free. Boy, there's been some strong defence tonight from both sides.
Yeah, that's a couple of times now that the Bunnies have been able to jolt the ball free out of the big men. Asif Solomona, Cook did the job on him. Bromwich, like it was Kalamatangi down low. Shoulder right on the ball there. And they waste the chance given to them.
Okay, Tom, I've got a HIA, Cody Walker.
Well, Cody Walker is going to spend some time in the HIA.
Doing a HIA, boys.
Okay.
Well, they get tested on field and just see how he is.
Well, that can't be the Olam tackle, can it? That was a long time ago now.
No, I can't remember. He's got a split above his eye, so obviously there's been either a clash of heads or a stray elbow.
Only had the 5 touches so far tonight. It just hasn't quite opened up yet as the game progresses. Okay, looks like he's okay. What a shot that was by Olam. But this is what we're looking at now. So he takes a tumble.
Well, there's Cody Walker. Now, there must have been a collision with one of the Melbourne Storm players coming through. He fell out of the defensive line. Marion Seve.
It doesn't look
all that was the Melbourne player that he collided with.
Nice to see a smile there because he doesn't look all that well at the moment.
There it is. It's a head clash with Seve.
Yeah. It's obviously nothing untoward there, but needing little eyebrow work from Marion. Obviously saw his head on the big screen. Here's Isaiah Tass. Well, this game hasn't quite taken off yet, has it? South 6, Melbourne 0. South scoring after 1 minute and 40 seconds. Real seeing out process at the moment. Silva Havili. He's been excellent for the Bunnies this year. As Cook waits, lining up, and now Arrow. Plenty of metres for Jai Arrow. Makes 15 of them, almost 20. And on the last, it's fired out to Ilias. Again, Walker putting on a strong chase here. This is awkward. Comes off Anderson. Hughes again. My goodness, he is their saviour tonight. And then he rolls over quite deliberately. He's a genius. He seemed quite prepared.
He allowed Cody Walker to just drag him back into the in-goal area. The tackle was completed. Bounced off the shoulder there of Anderson.
Well, it's the last move of Hughes, which is fascinating.
Hits the ground now. Cody keeps driving, and then
boom. He's planted the ball over the sideline.
Smart play.
Boy, he's come up with some intelligent plays tonight. I suppose we shouldn't be that surprised, but South come out in this set firing. Got the Storm pinned in the corner, which means I can really load up here. Mafusi returned last week. Kamikamitha distributing. Josh King up to his 30-metre line. Munster threatens to go back in field. A little set move there, but that was well read by Havili and also Ilias, bringing Kenny Bromwich down. Olam!
That's a great run from Justin Olam. A couple of times tonight when they've needed it.
Well, here we go, Munster. We haven't seen one of these yet. Oh, Tass and Johnston, that's legal. And 6 more tackles. The Munster bomb causing mayhem. Storm now, what a charge. Hughes just dragged down by Arrow. And be careful, Jai. He gets off in time. Sevet. Still 3 tackles left for the Storm. Munster. Kamikamitha. Want to go through the front door. Tom Burgess there. So is Murray. Cook also. Grant now the switch. Hughes, the right foot step. Got inside Walker. Then the pass. Kaufusi. And South barely hanging on. This is great scramble from them. Melbourne threatening. Last play. Munster. This time to the ground. Kalamatangi. And now he links up with Latrell. Look at this. Latrell up to his own 40.
Yeah, great reflex take there from Kalamatangi.
That's the second time they have immediately gone on the counter, South Sydney, from deep in their own territory. They're trying to milk a penalty here, or at least 6 again. Tackle for now, Kalamatangi. Latrell being treated in back play, but he seems okay. 1 play left here. It's Ilias. Again for Paolo. And that's a good catch. That's a great catch from Nick Meaney.
Very impressive, Lachlan Ilias' kicking game tonight. How many times has he put it right on the try line and allowed his chase to make a play at the ball or a tackle immediately?
Henderson. He had some punishment from Cook and Murray helping. Kamikamitha now. This is hard work, this set. Alan McDonald. Now they've claimed that's come out, and it has. Alan McDonald, his first touch, he puts it down. Souths get their best chance in a little while.
Well, he bounced off the South Sydney hit. The contact was big, and they were making it hard for the Storm to get out of their own end. It's Jed Cartwright round the legs, and then in the effort to get to his feet quick, just lost control of the ball.
Again treated there by the trainer, so something's obviously bothering him after that long run. And he's just going to stroll back into the attacking line here. Just 14 minutes to go in the first half, still just the 1 try. There's Arrow on the first. Walker just floating to the right side behind Tom Burgess. Now back to the left. But again down the middle, it's Cam Murray, almost there. Grant was there, and so was King. Havili steadies, pushing away, getting 6 more tackles. Smart play yet again. So now they can set things up with 6 tackles to play with. Happy just to punch it up the middle through Burgess. Cook sends it right. Murray keeps it going. Kalamatangi on. Oh, Walker. Well, he does float to the right side, but well closed out.
Yeah, Aramea did a good job there. The pass would have been a South Sydney try.
Now, Havili straight through McDonald there, but the second wave of defence was crucial. Murray. Burgess. 6 more tackles. Well, this is quite a test for the Storm. Walker. Here's Mitchell. There's the cutout. Johnston work to do. Still gets there. He is such a magnificent finisher. Alex Johnston. And well might Isaiah Tass shine his shoes, because that was all class.
Well, a couple of 6-to-go calls made it hard for the Melbourne Storm, but still Alex Johnston in that play had a lot of work to do. The pass, he had to wait and catch the ball before he accelerated to the try line. He is a great finisher, Alex Johnston, and the tries, the amount of tries that he has scored, I think this is his 12th try in 6 games. In his last 6 games, 12 tries now. Scored a hat-trick last week against the Dogs, catches it up in the air and just gets around Marion Seve with his acceleration. Well, the Storm just kept pushing the envelope and kept slowing things down. They were under a lot of pressure.
Well, Alex Johnston, there's $5,000 from Sportsbet, the Australian Red Cross. Good stuff, Isaiah Tass. Obviously, that one was choreographed. It's a fair assumption you can bet on Alex Johnston's going to score at some stage of a game. And here at Accor Stadium, he has 4 hat-tricks in his last 9 games coming into this one. Whichever way you slice and dice it, it's astonishing.
Yeah, and look, while a lot of those tries are catch, get the ball to the line, but that one there in particular too, and plenty others where he has a fair bit of work to do before he can get himself across the line.
You're right, there's been a few this year where he really has had to do the bulk of the work. Mitchell, his career, he's 36% from this spot. And that one is not going to hold its line. But it's South Sydney 10, Melbourne 0. Jake Duke.
Yeah, Alex Johnston, he loves scoring tries. He loves scoring tries against the Melbourne Storm as well. That's 10 tries in 12 games against them as well. And it comes off the back of Latrell Mitchell getting more involved in this game. He was a little bit hurt there, struggling, but he gets involved in the attack there, throws the pass to Alex Johnston. Jason Demetrio very happy. And the concerning thing is for the Melbourne Storm, they have conceded over 60% of their tries on the far edges. We touched on the injuries that they have heading into this game in the outside backs, but that's 2 tries now in this game out wide. You're going to have to fix up that defence.
Yeah, it's such a challenge, isn't it? Here's the kickoff. Oh, almost took the puck. That was almost perfect, that kickoff.
And it makes it very difficult when the ball comes near the post, whether it's the crossbar, the upright. Very tough to take. And it's little wonder that the Storm have struggled on the extreme edges. Yeah, the injuries that they've got to the outside backs, they're barely getting... I don't think they've got another one left in the club.
So that's with a bit of a roll on in this set as they make it to halfway. Well, it took 2 minutes for the first try, 26 for the second try. As Kalamatangi one out again. His kicking has been pinpoint tonight. And Meany, and what helps those kicks are chases like that from Jed Cartwright.
Who's had a terrific start to the game. He was challenged a couple of times defensively. Jed Cartwright had speed to make tackles on Olam and Nick Meany. And now he's the chief of the chase team down that right side, and he's done a great job to get Meany or the winger. Oh,
it's a knock on.
Anderson.
It's a knock on. No real, yeah, head goes down. He was complaining initially, but no challenge. Well, this could be a hammer blow right here.
On the shot clock.
They just don't have the luxury
On the shot clock, Melbourne.
to make the errors that they are making, the Melbourne
Hey, it
Storm.
was really tight last
They just
time.
haven't got the points in them at the moment to make up for the errors that they're making. Their completion rate's pretty ordinary, 63%. They've only been able to get through 10 sets, 15 for South. A lot more ball for South Sydney.
Haven't seen much ranting and raving in the box from Craig Bellamy. It's been more solemn from the shots we've seen. So the immediate sprint. Oh, wonderful hands. Walker to Mitchell. Powell, though, plenty of work to do, and chopping him down, Eremia. But they're only 10 out, the Bunnies.
I thought Latrell could have run a bit further with the ball, and he shuffled it out to Parlow very quickly.
And another set restart. They've coughed up a number of them, Melbourne. That's the fourth. Walker, the cutout. Johnston, can he do it again? Brilliant stuff to get it back, but the scramble from Anderson, in the end, it didn't matter because Johnston put a foot out. Well, that's great defence from Melbourne. That just might have kept them in the game.
They had to push hard from the inside to get to Alex Johnston. Cody Walker threw a great ball across the face of Isaiah Tass. Thought about cutting back on the inside. He might have been more of a chance, and then it's that right boot that just touches the corner post. His initial reaction might have been the best one. He thought about coming hard off that left foot and cutting back. In the end, he went for the corner, and there was enough Melbourne Storm defence there to get him over the sideline.
He's on at full pelt. South have made 3 line breaks. Melbourne, just the one so far.
You'd have to say Melbourne looked flat. They looked flat in the opening minutes. They've had little periods down the other end of the field where they've come close to scoring, but you'd have to say that this performance so far lacks energy.
So Hughes with the dummy. So we can't accuse Jerome Hughes of not trying. He's pulled all the tricks out tonight. Kamikamitha. Gets Melbourne towards the end of their set. Munster, not quite the torp. Oh, that's just nonchalant from Mitchell. Just on the fingertips there.
Well, it looked like it was going to get away from him right at the death, didn't it? But it, in Latrell fashion, just pulled it in and made it look easy.
Well, less than 7 to go in the first half. Off to the Clive Churchill studio after this to look back at this first half. We've had some comebacks this weekend, or particularly today. We had, Canberra down by 14, Penrith down by 10. And Melbourne can... Oh, that's a good shot there. Olam and Munster on Parlour. They can get it together, Melbourne. Certainly not out of this. Burgess. Ilias. Getting a height. Probably a distance again. Meany. Early ball, Hughes. Linking up with Anderson. But again, South there in numbers. That's been the case all night. Melbourne going nowhere from the kick returns. And penalty. So there's been a couple of times in this first half there's been these sort of moments. The 40-20 from Jerome Hughes. A penalty early in the first half. Now this penalty, it does present them with a big chance before the break.
Well, if they can grab a try before the break, they would. I'm sure Craig Bellamy would be rapt going at 10-6, 10-4.
Murray pushed off by Kafusi. Now, McDonald taken off his feet. Murray, classic tackle. Really helping as well. Back it comes to Kamikamitha. All one out stuff here for the Storm to set it up. Now Hughes ignores Munster. Near in numbers. With Cartwright and Ilias combining well. Grant out of dummy half on the Munster. And first to meet him there, Moale. Last tackle. Big play this. Now it's coming through for Anderson. Oh, my. No. That was millimetres from a miracle.
Even Cody, we have no try.
So,
Just confirm Melbourne have gone.
interesting. The touch judge immediately waved the flag, but Todd Smith just saying, let's make sure.
Yeah, I think it's worth a look.
Yeah,
It did
me
look
too.
like he put his foot down.
Is onside.
So he's been cleared. As onside, gets over the back there of Alex Johnston.
Got clean possession by Melbourne.
If he gets rid of it before that foot touches the line.
Oh, my goodness.
That
The
right
Melbourne
foot
player's
was
foot hits
on
the
the
dead
line
ball
as he
line.
flicked it
We
back
have a
in.
decision.
My goodness.
So the touch, he made the right call, but it was certainly worth having a look at.
Oh, if that was legal, we'd be pulling out pictures of Greg Inglis at the SCG in 2008. That was quite the effort from Grant Anderson. But nothing to show for it at the end. Here's Tom Burgess. His 11th game of first grade. So highly regarded at South Sydney. Signed till 2025. Kalamatangi. His third year of first grade. Comes out now Havili. That's for Solomona in the game. With Grant there making the tackle.
Oh, that was a dodgy play the ball, and he's been pulled up.
Geez, that's an unforced error. That is an unforced error. Completion rates continue to be underwhelming, more so for the Storm, but the Storm scrum not far from halfway.
Yeah, just under 4 minutes to go, and there's the ball just slipping out of his hands as he played it.
Get in, Melbourne. On the clock. Okay, heads come together. Ball into row. Break.
This game is in a curious state, isn't it? Souths have been the better team, but now Seve breaks free. There's no one in front of him. Seve's going to score. Out of nowhere, the Storm hit back and climb back into the contest. Marion Seve. And you can never, ever write the Melbourne Storm off.
Well, Justin Olam on the other side of the field has looked the most likely for the Melbourne Storm with his hard running, and Marion Seve out of nowhere beats a South Sydney defender. Scrum play, they just pass the ball out to Seve. Bit of footwork, gets on the outside, inside of Cody Walker. Isaiah Tass was defending inside him. They both miss, arm grabbing from both of them. And no one's back there to stop Marion Seve, who runs 50 metres to score the try, get the Storm back in the game just before the break.
Well,
Souths defensively have done a great job in their own line, and they fall asleep the other side of halfway to let Marion Seve get the Melbourne Storm their first try, 10-6 at half-time now. And if the Storm are feeling a bit scratchy about themselves, much better now.
wow. A bad play of the ball and a missed tackle, and the game has changed. And Melbourne can go in now, with their chest puffed out. Marion Seve, by the way, is a great story, a story we probably don't tell often enough as Meany lines up this kick. He survived testicular cancer at the age of 17, 4 rounds of chemo, and yet he has made it to play first grade rugby league. He's now played 30 games, and that's a big moment for him right there.
Well, and he's doing a job. He's filling a hole for the Melbourne Storm. And while there might be questions about his defence, there certainly isn't when he carries the ball.
Now let's go to Jake Duke.
Yeah, it is a terrific story, isn't it? Marion Seve coming in, his third try of the season, and he has done it tough. After that battle with cancer, he was just getting his footing in first grade, and then he suffered a serious knee injury in 2020, which delayed his career even more. So good to see him scoring a try that gets Melbourne back into this contest, and that is the kind of magic that the Premiership has. It is real, from the athletes who play it to the fans who love it. 16 teams chasing the same dream every year, and for the lucky few, it offers a taste of real glory. The best way to experience the Premiership is live, and of course, fans can secure their seats at nrl.com/tickets, guys.
Some quality segue work from Jake Jupe. That's why he's rising the ladder here at Fox, and he'll catch up with Benji on Monday, the big interview, as Benji talks about his next move. You'll see that 7:30 after NRL 360. Melbourne are rolling here. Harry Grant away. That's forward. Geez, that's an eye-opener.
Yeah, I thought there was a couple of forward passes. I thought the first one, the inside ball from Cam Munster, was forward. That one certainly went forward.
It's up to you. What do you want to do?
There's Munster. That was forward. And Nick Meaney. They didn't pick that one up. But Grant out of dummy half. They have got South going backwards, and no one better than Harry Grant. That's forward too.
So let's see what sort of intent South have, if any, in these last 25 seconds. 10-6. Game on.
And now he's stolen it.
Ball's come out. Munster, the great thief of our game. The Ronnie Biggs of the NRL. It won't matter unless they come up with something quite special with this one last play. Careful. Damien Cook almost got himself in trouble there, and he's actually played it to absolute perfection. Munster not happy. He wanted a penalty. But Todd Smith says that's enough. And we are halfway through this contest. It's South 10, Melbourne 6. So here we go. Second half begins. South looking for their 4th straight win. Kamakamita. He's first to bring it back here. Remember, South's lightning start to the game with that try in just the 2nd minute to Keon Kalamatangi. They're all over Kenny Bromwich. For Solomona, there's an offload. Haven't seen much of that so far tonight. That sets Meaney off down the middle. Melbourne, that's their 2nd offload all evening. Kamakamita, his 2nd hit up in this set. So this is a sprightly opening from the visitors. Short side, Bromwich to Wallen, but no room for him to work with. Moala all over him. Ilias. Oh, how did he get rid of it? He's fooled them. Now it's Munster into the backfield. Hughes on the inside. Bob Mitchell. Well, he saves a try, but he puts the ball down as well. Well, Melbourne, they've made a bit of a meal of it at the end when they look to have South shot.
Oh, there's the offload. An incredible offload to Harry Grant to keep the ball going.
South Sydney are challenging the call of knock-on off South. They're claiming there was a knock-on from Melbourne prior to their knock-on.
Okay, so there'll be a fair bit to look at here.
Well, I think there was a touch from the Melbourne player as the pass was thrown from Cameron Munster. He held it back. He had a couple of options. Kenny Bromwich got his
Just
left
looking
hand
to
to it.
determine who knocks the ball on first here.
It looks like a good challenge. Well, they were lining up the Storm players. Jesus.
Gee, that's
good
close.
luck.
That is very close. Latrell was
Just looking
almost
at all angles.
off and running. He held the pass back, Cameron Munster. Kenny Bromwich just a metre or two behind. I think he's got a
Kenny Bromwich's left hand touches the ball prior to Latrell.
Well, a definitive decision. We've been hearing and seeing a lot of inconclusives, but that one...
You could see through the crook of Latrell's elbow there that he just didn't have his hands on it when Kenny touched it. So a decision and a close call that goes South Sydney's way. But the offload's causing some problems.
So one offload for 40 minutes, 2 offloads in the 1st minute of the 2nd half. Real intent from the Storm.
Yeah, and line breaks off the boat, off both of them.
So an escape for South Sydney. They get their first use of it here in this 2nd half. As South bring it out. Jake Duke, what was said at halftime?
Yes, Jason Demetrio, the Rabbitohs coach, really just wanted his side to repeat what they did in the first half, especially their intensity in defence. The good news for the Bunnies is they actually have a perfect record when ahead at half-time, winning all 9 games as they get a penalty out of trouble. For Storm coach Craig Bellamy, he was proud of his side's resilience to stay in the game, but filthy at their completion rate, 64% in the first half. They'll need to improve that.
Yes, and the penalties they've given away have got South out of trouble each time, and they've also given away 4 set restarts. Tom Burgess flipped up there awkwardly by Asfa Solomona. Strong stuff, Navy Moale. And 6 more tackles. He's been ruthless on that, Todd Smith. Havili.
But he's been ruthless, but they've left him little choice, have they? The Melbourne Storm will push the envelope in that situation, and they want to hold down the player.
So with those extra tackles, South's just happy to march it up. Simple plays up the middle. Now it comes out to Walker. On it goes Mitchell. Almost shakes off Sever and needs the help of Anderson. Cook at first receiver, and Moale just laying a line here on tackle number 4. So virtually in front of the post now. Ilya shaped the kick, Kalamatangi, the tap on. Walker to Paolo. He is not that strong. He's done well to stay in there. He had no chance of getting over. No, not that strong to get past 3 Melbourne defenders. There's the kick. Meaney. Oh, the brilliant work from Cam Murray. For a fleeting moment, Meaney thought he was going to get into the field of play.
Well, there's a couple of pieces of play there that certainly deserve talking about. First, it was Parlor's ability to stay in the field of play. Lachlan Elias did a great job under pressure, facing the left-hand touchline to get that kick into the in goal, and a great chase from Cameron Murray. Nick Meaney, would have been easy for Meaney. Cameron Murray travelling at speed to just step around him, but Murray wrapped him up.
And that Paolo, you're right, because it's a slippery surface here. It should have been easy for them to get him over the sideline. He's done well. Oh, heavy stuff there. Kamikamitha steaming up. Oh, they're just wearing it. Havili. So it comes to Ilias, onto Walker, the double pump, Latrell, bit of room to run. Hughes around the knees. Inside the 10, the Bunnies. From Burgess. South's had some offloads early, but they've put them away. Now Cook. There's a nice pass, but Walker chopped down Kenny Bromwich, last tackle. Cook can't thread the needle. He'll get 6 more though. Clever. And gets away from Olam. Almost gets away from number 16 there in Alec McDonald. Good tackle from the Melbourne reserve. But South here pouring on the pressure. Really playing it. Ilias, little show and go. His first run of the night. And slowly away to Havili and on to Tom Burgess. Melbourne have swallowed this up so far. And a couple of plays to deal with here. Walker for Mitchell, the kick. It'll be 6 more tackles. Mitchell, beautiful pass. Magnificent, absolutely magnificent. Alex Johnston finishes it off. The skill of Latrell Mitchell is just outrageous, but Alex Johnston, take a bow. He's got another double.
Again, had some work to do, Alex Johnston. Another 6 to go call off a kick. They had a couple of those through the time they've spent down here, South Sydney, but only Latrell, after he grubbed the ball into some legs, and it was Marion Seve. It was Jerome Hughes. He picks it up, goes forward a metre or 2, just make sure Alex Johnston's onside and in position for the flick pass. And the left-handed flick was beautiful. Picked it up off the ground, beat the tackle of Seve. That's magic. It is just magic, and there's not many players in the competition that can do something like that.
Sometimes you just have to pause and make sure what you've seen is real.
And and Johnson again. Just that acceleration as the cameraman, sound man hits the deck. Just the acceleration from Alex Johnston to get himself into that corner.
Geez, they're tough, the cameramen. They put themselves in harm's way, don't they? He kept the camera on too. He was knocked over. Alex Johnston is running.
Well, what a try-scoring run he's on. 13 tries in 6 games.
And he's going to win the NRL try scorers title, it would seem, for a 3rd straight year. That hasn't been done since Nathan Blacklock. As Mitchell, oh, that's got a slight chance, but it's not coming around enough. 2-score margin again. South Sydney 14, Melbourne 6. Jake Duke.
Alex Johnston, he had a hat-trick last week, and he's now got 2 tonight. This is the first one. It came off another beautiful ball from Latrell Mitchell. He had plenty of work to do. Gets in the corner, one of the game's greatest finishes, and then he gets the shoe shine there from Isaiah Tass, and then Latrell again picks up the ball. A freakish pass, Alex Johnston into the corner. And that he's now 1 more try away, guys. If he gets another hat-trick tonight, which is entirely possible, he will enter the top 10 try scorers of all time alongside Josh Morris. So we're on lookout for Alex Johnston for another one, but he's got 2 already.
You know, he is racing towards Ken Irvine. He is on track, and there's injuries and there's form and there's all sorts of things that can happen, we understand. But at this pace, he could get there before he's 30. 212 tries. The untouchable record, and Alex Johnston surely has as good a chance as we've ever seen. Billy Slater got pretty close, but he never really threatened to break the record. My goodness. He's 27, Alex Johnston. He's got 157. Now here's Murray. More importantly, South rolling has Cook, sets off. Kalabatangi, it opens up, gets past Munster. Brilliant pass. Ilias pins the ins back and goal! Yes, he got there! Brilliant, Lachlan Ilias. South Sydney, the razzle and the dazzle, and back-to-back tries.
4th tackle of the kickoff set, and Souths open up the Melbourne Storm again after the Alex Johnston try, and Lachlan Ilias has done an incredible job to get that ball down as the Melbourne Storm defenders converged on him. But watch the lead-up work. After a quick play the ball from Cameron Murray, Cook out of dummy half, floats out one out to Kaloamatangi, beats a couple of tackles, a great round-the-corner pass around a Melbourne Storm defender. It was Kenny Bromwich. And then as he slides towards the try line, Ilias reaches out over the back of his head and somehow gets the ball down. Meaney grabs him, Grant's there, and just gets it down.
Well done, Lachlan Ilias. It was a month ago, remember, he was taken off against the Dragons after 29 minutes. Hasn't he answered that brilliantly? Part of this winning run, which looks set to continue the way this is going tonight, seems unaffected by what happened in Wollongong.
He bounced back immediately because he was outstanding for them the following week against the Eels, and that was a big win for South as Latrell adds the extras. 20-6 now, and they've gone whack South Sydney very quickly to open up this game. Great pass there from Damien Cook. Kaloamatangi's been strong. That was a terrific round the corner pass in front of Kenny Bromwich, finds Ilias, and that's terrific stuff from South Sydney.
Yeah, he scored a great solo try last week as well, Lachlan Ilias, 2 tries in 2 weeks. But don't forget, tomorrow on Fox League, the only place to watch both games live and ad break free. It all kicks off at 1 p.m. ahead of the Bulldogs and Titans Fox exclusive game. And then from 4, it's the Cowboys and the West Tigers ad break free. And after that, Kalen Ponga, the night superstar, joins Matty Johns and the crew. 7 hours of footy coverage on Fox League tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be fascinating. Thank you, Joe. That'll be fascinating here on Matty's show, talking about his latest concussion. Hopefully he's okay, and seems to be, but obviously he's got some concerns there. But what a performance in Origin as well. So lots to talk about there.
Well, what a start to the second half. 7 from 7. The Storm are yet to get through a set. They've only touched the ball once in the second half. The Bunnies have been able to run in 2 tries and put a 14 gap between them and the Storm now.
So Ilias has been superb with these kicks all night. Eremia, this time it's Kalama-Tungi that picks him off. They've all had a go. Cartwright, Murray. This time Kalama-Tungi lays down the smackdown.
Yeah, most of them have been down this right side. They certainly were in the first half, and it was a standout feature of their opening 40 minutes. They've timed it perfectly, and Ilias has landed it between the 10-metre line and the try line all night.
Melbourne here, all of a sudden, this has got away from them. Where to for the Storm if they don't pull themselves out of this one? Munster. He's going for as much distance as he can muster. Some Parlour at the back. A bit of spice in that tackle. Good shot from Asava Solomona.
Yeah, Munster was in there chasing his own kick, looking to rip the ball out of Parlo's hand.
Already got a steal tonight. The 21, Tom Eisenhuth. Good to see him back in first grade. First game this year. Isaiah Tass. Been a good stint in first grade these latest few games. This is his 7th game in the top grade. He's played the last 4 coming into tonight. Boy, Kalama-Tungi's been in a lot, hasn't he? And so hard to put down. Murray. Really. Captured on Kenny Bromwich primarily. Complete another one, South. Ilias, seen this sort of play before. Meany, and now it's Walker leading the race. Cartwright there as well. So 20 points to 6. 10-6 at the break. There's all a massive shot on Cody Walker early. Eisenhuth. All they can do is hit it up here, Melbourne. No way through at the moment. Munster from inside the 40. They did this in the first half. They've done it again. It was Jerome Hughes with a 40-20 when nothing was doing, and it's Cam Munster trying to carry this team on his back.
Yeah, incredible kick, and they were paddling just inside the 40. It was only a 20-metre gain or thereabouts in the 5 tackles leading up to that kick, and now Munster's given the Melbourne Storm a chance to hit back.
Here's Hughes. Now Eisenhuth. Meany. Dummy not fallen for. Their first opportunity in this second half. Oof. Good catch, Korfusi. Extra tackle as well. That's handy. Hughes to Munster. Munster to Meany. Here comes Eremia. Defence all over him. It's Cartwright last to peel off. Now for Grant. So Solomona, you know he wants to offload. That's come out. That's come out legally. It's play on. Oh, look at this. Mitchell puts in the kick. Now the race is on. Johnston leads the way. Can he get the bounce? Toes it through. This could be extraordinary. Alex Johnston. Oh, no. No. Oh, it was so close.
Oh, he has gone so close, but I don't think he scored it.
The stones on Mitchell to put the kick in, and then the kick from Johnston was almost perfect. Look at the dive. Oh, he knew he had to contort himself in a strange
He
way.
almost had to turn himself inside out to try and get the ball back into the in-goal area. Incredible play from Latrell Mitchell. Bit of defence on their own line. A lost ball from Asif Solomona, and Latrell decides to just kick it downfield.
Not the sort of play we see all that often with Alex Johnson. It's more the type... Oh, hang on, they've got it back. Murray, he's come up with it. I was about to say that's more of a Josh Addo-Carr type play with Matt Burton putting in the kick. Almost one of the tries of the season. But South here just seem full of running and full of intent at the moment. Oh dear, Havili. Just lets that one go. Ilias at the line. Walker the double pump. Here's Johnston. This time the defence comes across. Crowd goes up every time it comes his way. Mitchell, he's fooled them. Eremia rushed up. Cartwright to Powell. They've got another. They're turning it on now, the Bunnies. And it's Jackson Powell. Yet again, Latrell has a touch.
Yeah, Latrell's throwing the ball out to Jed Cartwright. Jed Cartwright, I thought, made the play of that movement. He had to catch the ball behind him, turn, pirouette, and get going and put Parlour in some space down that touchline, and that's exactly what he did. Had a lot of work to do, Jed Cartwright, playing centre for the first time, and he's doing a terrific job. Catch the ball, pulls it in, and then gets to Munster. Just takes him out of play and gives Jackson Parlour a run to the try line. 3 tries, 3 second-half tries to the Bunnies, and they've put a space between them and Melbourne now. Untouched goes Parlour, but Cartwright does the work on the inside.
What a night Jed Cartwright is having. He's in the Campbell-Graham position, and Graham looks like he's out, well, for weeks, so they may just have found their right centre for the next few weeks, at least South Sydney. Jackson Parlour cashing in there. That's his 6th try of the year.
And off another Melbourne Storm error. Melbourne just falling apart with their error count at the moment, sitting on 11. South have made some errors too. Melbourne making them at critical times.
Here's the stat for you, Brandy, as Mitchell. No, doesn't matter. It's the 2nd biggest lead South Sydney has ever held over Melbourne. In 24, 25 years, only once have they led them by 18. This was the audacity of Mitchell.
That was off a drop ball from Asafa Solomona on their own try line. Latrell just kicks it into space. Johnson's toe through. I thought it was going to be a try. Just beaten by the bounce. And then off the back of the Melbourne Storm error, they shifted out to the right. Cartwright takes a ball behind him and just creates the room for Jackson Parlour to score their 3rd try the second half.
The biggest win South have had over Melbourne was their first one way back in 2003, 41-14. Paul Langmack was the coach back then. So South only 5 wins ever over the Melbourne Storm. It has been one of the great mismatches of this generation. They have had success over Melbourne in a final. It looks like they're going to do the business tonight. Geez, that kick would have been handy if Mitchell made it, just to make it an extra score. And now it comes from Walker. Arrow was excellent in the first half. 5 tries they've piled on, just the 2 goals. Cook, he's really had a run-first mentality tonight. That's his 7th for the night. To an end.
Did he slip or hurt himself, eh? Just grabbing that right hip.
Keep an eye on that for sure. Meaning, this time, he manages to make an impression after taking the catch.
That's the most metres they've made from a kick return tonight. Any time the South Sydney Chase have given Nick Meaney any room, and a big reason why South have got the lead is their kick chase team tonight.
Just to shake off Cartwright, but Ilias there to close it down. I know they've got to be a bit risky here, Melbourne, so they swing it out now to Sevet. Strong tackle, Tass. Hughes on the last. Munster leads the chase, overruns it. Comes to Mitchell. That was a dog's breakfast, but it's South's ball.
You can see Munster why he positioned himself there. Just put himself in front of his own team, but just in case the South Sydney bat back favoured him. He thinks all the time, doesn't he, Cameron Munster?
Almost at the midway point of this second half, it's been all South Sydney. To Tola. Coming off a career-high 200 metres against Canterbury. There's Tom Burgess. He's having a terrific season as well. 127 metres so far tonight. He has been dominant along with Havili, 124 metres. No Melbourne player outside of Marion Sever has made 100 metres yet. So another set completed. They've been better in the second half at completions, and there's just nowhere for the Storm men at the back to go. The South fans wanted a penalty. They wanted that to be called into touch. Melbourne wanted a penalty. Neither happened.
Yeah, gee, Isaiah Tass has come up with a good shot there on Jerome Hughes, drove him backwards.
Well, they've now gone 3 plays, and they're basically back in the same part of the field as they started. And now Tyron Wishart. First run of the game. Kenny Bromwich almost got past. To Tola, crucial. And Munster on the last here. Now here we go, one of these spirals. Good catch, Johnston. 2 tries. So 13 in his last 6. Harry Grant. Just the 2 runs. They've really closed him down tonight, South.
Yeah, it was only the back end of the first half where Grant looked dangerous. They just got a little roll on after their try in that set. Otherwise, they've been able to shut him down. Storm errors certainly haven't helped any continuity with their attacking game.
So the familiar tactic. Not such a concerted chase this time. But then Jai Arrow does that. And Aramea chopped down. Anderson. Penalty.
Offside, South Sydney.
We've done this tonight, South, with Cody Walker not having to contribute much. He was knocked about early by by Justin Olam, and then had a head clash with Marion Sever. But they've still established a very comfortable lead. Sever, his moment, the highlight so far for Melbourne, that try. And they came from nowhere. So now Jesse Bromwich. Just his 5th run tonight. Oh, and that's come out, but it's come out illegally. An attempted strip with 2 in the tackle.
I want to get on with it.
Eisenhuth just bumps it up to the 20. Well, it was at this point of the game in round 2, South exploded with 3 tries against Melbourne to take it to golden point. Kenny Bromwich wrapped up by Cook. Tidy play the ball. Kamikamitha thundering over the 10. Munster, bottom of screen. Hughes, top of screen now. Goes to Kofusi. Just gobbled up by this South Sydney defence. It's all slow motion, isn't it? Now it comes to Hughes. Out to Munster. Galloping. Now Kenny Bromwich. And it opens up for Dean Aramea. Well, maybe, just maybe, they're not done with yet. That's 1 try, 2 to go, and they need the conversions as well.
Yeah, very nicely worked play out to the left here for Aramea to score the try. Hughes on the inside, then Munster just did enough with the ball and delayed his pass long enough to drag in that South Sydney defence from the outside and give some space to the winger. Good long ball out to Hughes, and then Munster on the run. Drags in 3 South Sydney defenders there. which left them short on the extreme edge. And Melbourne, with plenty of time left on the clock, certainly needed to try. Bromwich just catching and passing out to Eremia. And he needs to kick everything, Nick Meaney. This will make it, well, only 2 converted tries.
And it's coming back.
He's done it.
Well, so back in round 2, just to reiterate that, Melbourne led 14-0. South were totally out of the contest, and then I think it was Latrell Mitchell who just went berserk. And in 11 minutes, they scored 3 tries, didn't convert any. And then Latrell potted a 2-point field goal. They took it to golden point, and Ryan Pappenhausen booted the field goal. It's still one of the matches of the season. So they managed to score 3 tries to take the match
3 tries late
into extra time. And Melbourne, well, they've got 1. They've got 16 minutes to get the next 2. He's going 1 out here. There's Wishart. Kenny Bromwich. The result holds. They'll both be 24 competition points. Melbourne's fallen against far superior. Obviously Bromwich just backs into them, but they lock up the arm there. With 2 front rowers, Totola and Nichols, making sure Bromwich can't offload. Is Wafusi now. He's closed down quickly. Hughes. Loose. Kenny Bromwich. Oh, he almost found a way through.
Oh, if he could offload there, he tried to pass. Munster was on the inside. He's picked up an injury in the tackle, but
crowd doesn't believe it. But it should get the bunker at least one look at this to see if something untoward did happen.
Oh, it's a head clash. No, wasn't Totola. He's okay there.
There's nothing doing there, is there?
Well, nothing on his head, if that's what he's claiming. That can't be a penalty. I thought originally Totola might have clashed heads, but on the replay it didn't. So there was no contact there at all.
So, last tackle. Play continues. Murray steaming up from marker there to put some pressure on Jerome Hughes. Oh, Johnston, he was under pressure there. Just sprightly chase from Anderson, but no panic from Alex Johnston. The crowd's getting restless as Tass carries it forward.
I think they're just getting frustrated with the slow play the balls. There's been 5 set restarts against the Melbourne Storm tonight.
And that game in round 2 we referred to, that was lightning quick. You probably can't say the same about this, as Arrow almost pokes his nose to halfway. Kalamatangi threatening. He's done it again.
He's the best.
Then gets it on. Eremia almost has his head taken off, and Kenny Bromwich is going to be taken off
Kenny
here.
Bromwich, HIA's asked you to go off, independent doctor.
So the independent doctor, so that's cost Kenny. They're he did cop something that we weren't able to ascertain on the replay here, but he's gone now pretty much for the game. 15 minutes HIA, so unless they miraculously take it to extra time, that's the last we'll see of Kenny Bromwich, and he gets a rousing reception from the South Sydney fans.
There has been some good. There's been some very clever players with the one-on-one steal, but none as good as this man. As they're moving too.
He's getting close to 30 in his career. Tyron Wishart. So the Storm now off that steal in good position. Quick hands, Meaney. Chance, beautiful flick. Anderson runs out of room, doesn't panic, stays in. 2 plays left. Here come the Storm. Meany for Hughes. Now for Wishart. On to Munster. Keeps it going for Olam. Cartwright again, one-on-one. Munster on the last. Looks for the contest. Up they go. South have got it. It looks like through Cook. Let's play on to now.
I got goal line dropout.
And it's a dropout. So unless the bunker sees something that Todd Smith hasn't, they'll go again here, Melbourne. And you wonder, will South go the short line dropout, which has been their want for most of the night?
Yeah, and it was Eisenhuth who knocked the ball back. Cook was able to recover it for South Sydney. Efforts trying to steal the ball. Munster's coming. You want to get the ground quick, Damien Cook, and he does.
They've seen a knock-on from Munster in goal. So the bunker has found something. Yeah, it's one of those nights, Craig. Geez, that would have been enticing, wouldn't it? 12 and a half to go, line dropout. No guarantee they would have got it back, but a possibility of being right on South Sydney's line. Still this time. Munster pulling out all the tricks. It was Hughes in the first half that was pulling everything out of the kit bag, and now it's the number 6. He's going to get penalised. Fourth penalty against Melbourne. I dare say they've all been for ruck infringements. And that is Cody Nikorima. Yet to see any game time. He's the only player in this match yet to make an appearance. That's about to change. But really in their DNA to go for field goal in this situation, is it, Brandy?
No, I wouldn't think so. Not at this stage. Still 11 minutes left on the clock. They want to spend some time down here now off the back of that penalty.
I imagine just enjoy some time down this end for a little while.
Lachlan Ilias, the man to make way for Cody Nikorima, guys.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. It can't be a performance issue, surely. You've remarked on him all night, Greg Alexander.
Oh, I think his kicking game's been great.
So comes here to Walker, the double pump, and then looks up with his outside man, Arrow, but strong defence, Seve. Here's Cam Murray linking up with Nikorima. That's what he can bring. He can threaten close to the line, but Munster all over him. Here's Murray again, sweeping it out. Walker, the kick. This time he doesn't get a hold of it. Johnston, maybe he's not destined to get number 3 tonight.
There was plenty of space out there. I'm surprised he didn't run, even though he was a standing start, because he had to duck on the inside to beat the advancing Melbourne Storm defence, but there was still space for Cody to take off towards the corner. And players on his outside, he decided to go for the kick. Jerome Hughes in cover was able to grab it before South Sydney did.
What have they got the Storm as we enter the last 10 minutes? There's a pass from Jesse Bromwich. Sevier, quick ball, Anderson. And again, just has to concentrate on staying in. So the last for Hughes. Can't fashion a 40-20 this time. Manages to put an awkward kick in. Oh, Latrell got up very strangely there. Oh, he fooled them. That's what he did. Then he drew them in and gave it to Tass.
Well, again, it was an awkward one put up there by Jerome Hughes, who was stuck on that sideline. Tough place for a right foot kicker. Latrell again making a difficult one look easy.
He got up slowly there at the shades of Joey Manu last week. And just took off. So now here's Arrow. Geez, Arrow strong yet again, well over 100 metres. The quick play of the ball allows Cook to at least try and run. And he tries to get 6 more tackles, and the ref's not having it. Murray at the line. Nikorima, a little wild. Foul law, play on. So that kills off the momentum, but there's still this last play. Oh, Nikorima. Oh, he had his jersey pulled. That was unnecessary from Olam, and the referee seemed to have a good look at that, deemed it not penalty worthy. Interesting play that from Cody Nikorima. And now a lazy shot and a penalty. Well, South Sydney just opening this door ever so slightly.
Yeah, Nicarima with the kick down that short side there. I thought it was a good play. Marcus went hard to the open.
Okay,
South Sydney challenging.
From South. They're challenging the decision of high tackle.
1 from 1 tonight with the challenge is South.
Okay, well, let's Jeremiah.
So it's Arrow we're looking
There's
at.
high
Yeah,
contact
Arrow
made
puts his
by
hand
Jai
up.
Arrow. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Like, he gives himself up. Jai Arrow puts his hand up and says, "Oh, I want to say I'm sorry."
They can't appeal for LBW. You start walking and then you appeal it.
Bounced off the ball and collected him in the face.
Obviously not malicious and nothing particularly damaging, but 8 minutes to go. Hughes. Jesse Bromwich. Strangely, the Storm have had more tackles in South's 20 than the other way around. As Olam now. Always going to do well to stay in. And Jeremiah chiming in as well. It's been slippery, this surface. Quite wintry in Sydney. These conditions we often see at Accor Stadium this time of year. And players have to be concerted to stay in well inside the touchline. Now, here's Sevier threatening again, but Tass this time closes him down. He missed him once, he doesn't want to miss him again. Now Grant. Hughes, they sit back and wait. Hughes almost. Terrific. Cam Murray around the ankles. On the last, Grant. That is great work from Jackson Paolo to shadow that over and not panic.
Could have quite easily made a play at that ball with Munster on the chase, but just watched it roll dead. Got himself seemingly in between the ball and the chase. He came close, Cam Munster, but
Jeez, you would
it's a
have
beautiful leave.
Would have heard the footsteps of Big Nelson as well. So quite composed. Well, that's South. They're one score from finishing this off once and for all. They've been on top from the get-go. Here's Cook for Murray. Now Walker. Oh, got tangled there with Arrow. Walker there, a bit of claret there peeping through that bandaging. There he goes, puts the kick in. Geez, weighted that one much better. Johnston takes a tumble though. Meany's pass. Oh, that's great stuff. Anderson now gets away. Then the pass for Hughes, but he loses it. It's a knock-on against the Storm. And they're just about done. They're on the ropes. And South just have to deliver one knockout blow to put this away.
Yeah, they needed that play to work. Back inside to Jerome Hughes. Terrific kick from Cody Walker. Johnston hits the ground. That opens up a bit of space for Anderson down that touch line. And the ball, well, it was there to be taken. Jerome Hughes slightly behind him, but thinking about how far he had to run before he actually got the ball in his hands. Half a chance there for Melbourne.
And it restarts now. Melbourne last team to score. Totola. This for Solomona, he can rip him out as well, but not on Totola. Cook. He, for a split second, bamboozled them, but they covered up quickly. The front rowers there, Asfa, Solomona and Bromwich. And now Murray. Oh, he keeps it alive. Beautiful, don't argue from Havili. Then he keeps it going. Walker. And flung to the ground. Michael Fusi. Oh. And that is a straight up knock on.
Yeah, he's just lost that.
He's won that battle, Kofusi. A little bit of niggle in the tackle, and Walker puts it down.
Well, he tried to push away from Kafusi, but just lost what he was doing. He started to march him forward.
Run the shot clock.
And as he pulls it down, just loses it.
Kafusi just shrug of the shoulders. Sir, I didn't have anything to do with that. That's all him.
South, let's go.
All right, they got 90 metres to cover, Melbourne.
Ball in. Put it in. Break.
Meany is in trouble. No, he stays in. Oh, that ball, just for a moment, looked like it may have come out. That's for Solomona. Just 3 offloads for Melbourne. 2 of them were straight after half-time. Now it's Harry Grant. There's their 4th offload. That's for Solomona, fires it out. King to Munster. Now to Hughes. And now he's going to run and Walker up to the challenge. Penalty.
I keep giving Melbourne a chance.
And Hughes just takes the tap. Oh, and would have loved a bloke called Pappenhausen on the inside, wouldn't they? There, Grant. Munster. Nelson hasn't stopped trying. 35 away, Grant. There's a rare chance to run. Oh, the pass put down. And that's all she wrote, surely, for the Melbourne Storm. That's the theme of their night. And hung around, but in the end, it looks like it's going to be South Sydney. Greg Bellamy is up and about now, and we'll hear from him. The press conference, it's a concerning time for the Storm. 4 straight losses. They've got a very hard last month. The next 2, they'll fancy their chances. Warriors in Auckland, so it's going to be quite the atmosphere. That's Friday night, and then the Gold Coast at home. Then it gets really tough in a hurry. 24 points are going to stay on, it seems. Cody Nicarima. Field for Cartwright.
Well, Brandon Smith's still missing for the next one. Xavier Coates is due back in a couple of weeks, so that does strengthen an area where they've been struggling. They've been knocked around injury-wise, their outside backs.
Well, they can still make top 4. As Walker pokes in the kick. Oh, Johnston took a tumble. He was ready to launch into that, but it's a penalty to Melbourne anyway. So mid-air tackle. So Hughes will put this into touch. Jake Duke.
Yeah, big Sunday ticket tomorrow, guys. And then on Monday night from 7:30, a brand new show following NRL 360. I sit down with the biggest names in the game, and we start with Benji Marshall, the full story, and nothing is off limits. He answers all the questions, why he went into coaching, what's wrong with the Tigers at the moment, the halves dilemma, rumours about players he's already chasing. So must-see television. You've got to find out what Benji is, how his move to the Tigers is shaping up. He's already there. He's already working.
Good stuff. Thank you, Jake.
Get up!
There's Solomona. Now, that's off Cork. Problem for Melbourne, there's less than a minute to go, so time looks like it's going to beat them. Bit of frustration coming about. It's been a niggling sort of game. Hughes now with the kick. Has Anderson got the pace to trouble Johnston? No, he doesn't, but it's tipped out by Johnston. No problem for South. And South Sydney are going to win their 11th for the season. They are just about there for another finals run. It'll be their 5th year in a row. They haven't done that since 1967 to 1972 when they made it 6 years on the trot. And with this lineup, you just never know. They can get very hot. Penalty, could be sin bin time coming here. Yep, Cody Nicarima. Well, his stay was short and sweet. So 10 seconds left. Cody ends the game in the bin. Hughes. 7. Closed down. And on the last, it's fallen on by the Rabbitohs. They're standing here at Accor Stadium. It's a big night for the red and green. Now a little bit of niggle between King and Mitchell. They come apart. And the South Sydney Rabbitohs, 4 in a row, 6 of their last 7. They are on the rise. Top 4, not out of reach by any stretch. It's taken a while, but here come the red and greens. Melbourne Storm work to do. Top 4 not certain. They need to turn it around in a hurry. It wasn't pretty at times, but there was some glamour just after half-time. And South Sydney exploding in that period. And that was enough. Full time at Accor Stadium. South Sydney 24, Melbourne 12.